Rip saying we're live over here at the Tactical Muffin Top Show on this Thursday. Rip, we're not late. We're right on time, baby. I'm joined with the big bearded warrior.
Hey.
Hooray. Lawfully armed and Pat Riot.
Heyo.
We were just BSing in the back talking about Slishmans, y'all.
Did somebody say Schlishman?
There you go, Pat. 5x5, Gen X, Gemini. We got
Mine's
first one
actually-
in with Gen X.
Mine's actually wrapped up backwards. I just figured that out. I was just watching Jay's video on how to stage it.
Well, fix it right now while you're driving.
Sure.
So heck yeah, man. So I was telling Big Bearded, we kind of are pretty chill over here. I got a few questions, but I'll let you introduce yourself in the chat. I did drop your Instagram and your YouTube channel, and if you ever want to not do anything tonight or whatever, you can throw this video up on your channel, dude. You're free to do that.
Awesome. Hey, everyone.
Communities.
Been doing YouTube for a few years now. Just started recently, taking it a little bit more seriously. So yeah, I just like to try to motivate people to get strong and to, take up arms, because there's probably bad guys going to be falling out of the sky soon. So yeah.
I agree, except for I think they're already here and domesticated, and we won't be able to tell them other than a good tan and a Middle Eastern accent.
It's funny that you say that because I was recently in North Carolina and I noticed there's like a huge African population there, like young African dudes with no families. So yeah, I kind of agree with you there.
If you go to other parts of the country, you get a large male population of the slanty eyes, a little bit yellower skin descent.
Yeah.
They're like poodles and noodles kind. And then if you go over to a different part of the country, it's a bunch of Somalians, all men, no families. And then if you go over here, it's a bunch of this, that, and the other, all men, no families that are young, military age guys. Weird. Yep. Almost like that was all set up on purpose.
I mean, shit, they were practically invited here, so.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody forgot, but do you remember when the Chinese were coming up, full military kit up in from Mexico with their rifles and RPGs and packs and stuff, and then just poof, where did those guys go? Or oh no, we found 6 crates of AKs up at the docks. Who are those going to? They're not even on the manifest. Weird.
I remember like a few years ago, I think actually like right around the time COVID happened, the largest population of people in America that purchased firearms were women and Asians. So that was kind of interesting to learn.
I think
you're going to go full rooftop.
Will change shortly. I don't know if you ever listened to the audiobook, The Day of Wrath. It's pretty much my end game scenario for training right now. It's made by the dude who wrote the book 1 Second After.
Okay.
It's been a plan for 20 years, but basically that Al Qaeda dude, he's kind of fast tracked it, which is why it picked up so much momentum from that Sean Ryan show, where like they were saying, who was that chick? I forget her name every time.
Sarah Adams.
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, like that book, this plan's been on the books and on like the American government's radar for 20 years, and I think they're getting pretty well set up to pop it off.
Sarah, that's that CIA analyst, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So like they already got handlers here buying shit like secondhand. In the book they say like they're buying body armor and guns at gun shows and private party and whatever and thefts and here lately a lot of first responders vehicles have been getting broke into. A lot of articles and constantly the last few years. Security, police, EMS, cars broke into, duty guns and stuff, belts, gear taken,
uniforms getting stolen from dry cleaners.
Yeah, so I think they will look like helpers, but both ends will be not good. So we'll be.
When I was police, the big thing was that people tried to steal were radios, comm systems. Um, that's like gold pretty much because law enforcement has a very unique encryption to their comms. So I think that's also probably something to be wary of for people that are first responders for first, like false calls and whatnot. Someone putting out like officer down calls just to draw in responders for ambushes and stuff like that.
I can see that. Not to mention they can stay a step ahead if they can hear you on the radio, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Was that Grunt Proof? He had the local sheriff's comms or whatever, and he was just walking around, or maybe that was Bear Independent. He was saying he was keeping ahead of them by about a mile, just listening to their frequency, so they couldn't coordinate on him. And he's like, "Hey, I'm the guy out in the woods that you guys are trying to work on, and I'm on my property, and I am armed and kitted up, but like I'm a good guy."
Why would you even have that conversation?
Well, Bear Independent's an internet celebrity. He can do what he wants, I suppose.
Yeah, he's not that big of a celebrity.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it was on his channel. I heard that little story. But
I mean, till you segued into that story, I was going to say you don't have your local freaks on tap, but all right. I mean, when something interesting pops off, they switch over to the tactical channel, and that's encrypted. But I mean, you don't listen to your just everyday dispatch chat.
Oh, geez.
Man, where I live, it would literally just be a bunch of crackheads doing weird shit.
Yeah, I've got 2 different counties. I can listen to them because one of them, after an incident happened that maybe time cost a guy his life or whatever, the family sued, and so now they run one of the I say big city, but it's not big city for people that live in big cities, but larger towns in the area. They run their dispatch through county now, and then I've got the neighboring county too. So actually, I can pick all the way up several counties over, and I can listen on my phone on the radio app and hear what they're saying. I can distinguish that several minutes later, but I hear it in the digital offset or whatever. Like I can't hear what they're saying, but I pick up the radio traffic. If that makes any sense. I don't know. I need to play with radio more.
What's like a typical call? Like, what's the most like calls that you hear? Is it like a lot of ODs?
Nah, just them running license plates, people speeding, whatever. I did listen to him chase a guy all around town one night that had stolen a car.
He's in Arkansas, so it's mostly just meth head busts.
Okay.
No, that's the stuff that would be on the tactical channel.
Pat,
now this dude.
What was that?
Where you at? Where you driving?
Looks like Arizona.
New Mexico.
That was my second guess.
I was going to say West Texas.
Not quite to Arizona yet.
There you go. Good signal over that way. Well, let's hop into this. I got question 1, and we'll just like run through the chat. So like these guys don't know. I just come up with this shit on the fly, so it's a lot of fun. In this political, economic climate, pew-pews and fitness aside, since that is what the YouTube GunTube community seems to focus on. The fitness is a newer thing, which is good because I'm fat. What are you prepping, Big Bearded Warrior, in this day and age? What is your prep goals for the next month, 6 months, this year that are not pew-pew and workout related?
So my biggest prep to date was me leaving Southern California. I knew 6 years ago that something was going to happen. I just didn't know what. I knew I didn't want to be in California when it happened. So that was my biggest prep. Now I've been here in Wisconsin for 6 years. It's cool and all, but I just hate the weather. So I wanted to be somewhere a little bit less liberal and nicer weather. So moving to Texas is like my next big prep. I bought some land out there in Texas, so I plan on like building a homestead and whatnot. That's my next big thing.
Damn.
Day to day wise, I'd say I always try to. I kind of stopped stacking food and whatnot just because, like I said, I'm about to move, so that's like less shit that I'll have to move. But I do garden, have rabbits, getting chickens here soon. Stack water. You know, I've gotten really, really big into medical shit because that seems to be more like what I need in day-to-day life. And, you know, if shit happens and gunfights happen, then lots of people are going to need medical shit. So, yeah.
Heck yeah. Damn, there you go. There you go, chat. He's relocating because he knows some stoof is about to pop off. He's got that prepper instinct, and he knows he did not want to be where he was. Yeah, prepping for winter sucks, by the way. I'm not as bad as Wisconsin, but yeah, Nebraska gets plenty. Like literally a couple months ago, I went out to save my sister's newborn twins because we lost power, and they had my little buddy propane heater. We're on their last little 1 pound tank, and I got stuck. Like the snow plows and all that couldn't get out there. The snow drifts on the road were over the tractor tires trying to dig out the road so we could get somewhere.
Good boy.
Yeah, so that was like a couple months ago, and now it's like 80 fucking degrees. So quite the mood swing by Mother Nature, but you know.
Yeah, that's how we know she's a woman.
I didn't say it.
Super
Lawfully, you want to take a stab at that question? He's relocating. That's a big one. That's a huge step.
Sorry, I turned my ears off. I was in the zone in the chat.
All right, Pat, since you're paying attention.
I guess mine would be somewhere along the same veins. I'd really like to try and find some place in West Virginia, like get out of the high tax state of Pennsylvania. Like they're just taxing me to death, and they're about to raise freaking school taxes. I don't even have any kids in school. It kind of hurts to pay taxes for school when you don't even have kids.
Yeah,
so
when they push that woke bullshit ideology, right?
Yeah. I don't know how prevalent that is in the school system up in our area, because I mean we do have the Karens, but for the most part it's just a bunch of good old boys out where I live.
Well, that's good.
And,
I have to have a talk with my son's daycare because there is a red-haired, yellow-haired, blue-haired, depending on the week, gal that helps take care of the kids. And he came home today and said that he could date one of his friends. And I said, no, you can date girls. He said, no, I'm dating my friend because he's my best friend. And I said, that means you're best friends. You're not dating. So, yeah, we'll talk with him tomorrow.
At my oldest kid's school, they're trying to put kitty litters in the bathrooms. I was like, if my kid walks into the bathroom and there's some fucking kid shitting in a fucking cat box, I'm gonna lose my shit. Like
inside the litter or out of the litter?
It's a cat, man. It just depends where it lands.
Like that's just wild. Like I was like, this is delusional at this point.
Yeah, they tried to push that at one school here, and the janitor said he will be fucking quitting and won't be cleaning that shit up if that was the case. And then they're like, nope, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, there was a kid that would just walk in the bathroom and take a shit on the floor. He was in like one of those classrooms that had like 3 kids in it, you know? So now I feel like that's everyone.
He was special resources?
Yeah, he was one of the special, like, he wasn't like, he had like behavior issues, I guess. That's the way. So now I guess it's like, go ahead.
Like Ranger qualified.
Yeah, like, he was, yeah. I don't know. I feel like, you know, when I'm 36. And so like when I was younger, I don't feel like ADD or ADHD and stuff was like diagnosed properly. And so I feel like a lot of kids that were in those classes like probably literally just had like ADD or ADHD or something, and no one knew. So that's
Hey
probably
man,
really what it was.
I had ADHD. I just didn't give a shit about homework or schoolwork, so I didn't try it all. So, you know, my math
Yeah.
and fucking calculus teacher was so pissed. He'd be like, "All right, you've been sleeping the whole period. How do you do this?" I get up and solve the problem. He's all pissed off. He's like, "You cheated." I'm like, "Dude, it's just math. Calm the fuck down." And I went back to bed. Like, you're a dick. Just I don't do the homework. I get enough good grades on the tests to get me through this fucking class. Leave me alone.
I did that my senior year of high school. I didn't do one paper of homework all year long, not
Yeah.
one stitch, and I passed still because of test scores.
Yep.
And on top of that, I missed so much school they made me start staying like 2 hours after every day just to make up the time,
Yeah.
just so I could graduate on time.
Yep. Sons of bitches, man. I'll tell you what.
Like I don't care if I show up one day. If I like pass all your tests, like I passed. Leave me the fuck alone.
Right.
Some of it's
Yeah.
putting in the time.
Fuck. I thought I was going to do tattoos, so I just thought school was stupid, and then I didn't do that. Whoops.
And when I was a kid, I wanted to be a rapper, and that just didn't play out. My dad just destroyed my whole dreams of becoming a rapper. I'm glad he did.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Well, lawfully, did you get a chance to think about in this political and economic climate, pew pew and fitness out of it? What are you prepping? What's your next goal?
No, I didn't know that was the.
All right, pass. You're grounded. All right, big bearded warrior. We got a saying we like to say at the Muffin Top chat here. Are you a hashtag Kipper gang? Are you a 10 fish fanatic? Are you a Kipper snacks sardines connoisseur?
I don't know. I don't know what any of that is.
What? You ain't never had no Kipper snacks?
No.
Oh man,
Tuna Kahuna.
Yeah, you need to go to Walmart right now, bro.
All right, what is it? Let me write it down.
It's a Kipper snack. It's a smoked herring fillet. It's like right next to the tuna, right? So you can get like sardines and all that. I'm not big on sardines, but they're okay. I'd rather have Kippers because it's just fish smoked and then it's canned in brine.
Okay.
So it's like straight up just protein.
Okay.
Some good fats.
I'll try it out.
They're pretty freaking delicious. Lawfully likes the wrong brand, which is Polar. Go ahead and do yourself a favor and get you a King Oscar sleeve because it's the best one.
Okay.
Dollar Tree has them. Beach Cliff brand. They're actually pretty tasty. I have stocked some cases of those.
All right. I'm going to try them out.
Heck yeah. Can we get a hashtag Kipper Gang in the chat? Do you have any questions, sir? You're the man, the myth, the legend this evening.
What's something that you feel like you've excelled on in your prepping journey?
Yeah, there you go. There's some Kipper.
Okay, I know. Okay, I know what those are. All right.
Yeah, they're tasty. I don't know if you're a fish man, but
Oh yeah, I love fish.
that's the wrong one, Lawfully. We got Wandering Wilderness in here. What up, Goon Squad? Justin B.
What's up, brother?
What I've excelled at since I started my prepping journey on YouTube, I've cut about 110 pounds. I'm yo-yoing 10 pounds right now, trying to hit that 120. I'm trying to get to 250, which would be roughly 150-ish pounds down. Just a little bit over. So that's the goal. currently I'm getting into comms, which I'm pretty much a comms virgin. Out where I am and / where I hunt with family, friends, and I have like a multi-generational mag. So like my family has been my mag way back since Grandpa started teaching us how to do prepping before prepping was cool. And so like we know how to communicate. We got like hand signals and stuff that we use for hunting, and when we're walking big long draws like 10 miles, we got spots where we tag out people, and everybody knows like hand signals and stuff like right, left. When we're deer hunting, we can't just sit our asses in a stand. We got to walk them out. So coyote same way. We just walk all of our shit. Coyotes work better at night when you call them in, but we do like varmint removal and shit, just a bunch of hillbilly movements. So like mostly we've ever done is CB radios, but like nothing works out where I hunt. Like cell phones don't work and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my big step is I'm trying to get on comms. So just got me a couple bow fangs. Jay, who does the Slishmans, he also does radio programming, and he does training and stuff for medical and gun training courses and stuff. Justin B was a homie in the chat. He sent me and Jay a radio, and then I paid Jay to for his antennas and to program it and extended batteries and shit. So
Okay.
that's my virgin step. I'm not on comms, and now I am.
Nice.
On the upside, you were already qualified with 2 tribes to do smoke signals, right?
Yep, I can do smoke signals and CBs like something fierce. So we're good.
Okay. That's pretty good. like, oh, our guys gonna say, oh, that's pretty cool. If you can
No, just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah. Pat and or lawfully. Big Bearded's question.
Breaker, calling for belly button loving.
Whoa.
Oh, that's more like the Tuesday thing.
Yeah, is that like your only spams there, Pat? Or
No, you told me belly button
that wasn't-
loving was your CB handle.
That ain't me. My CB doesn't even work. I don't have a handle.
sheesh. Call yourself a trucker?
That pizza looks good.
No.
That
What have I excelled at? Probably reprioritizing the way things go. Like maybe turn yourself into less of a gun collector. That's I think been my goal for the past couple of months is realizing I don't need the SCAR S21s and the SIG Legion fluxes and collector guns. Just paring down to a couple in the Golden 5 categories.
We haven't got there yet. That's next on the list.
And just picking up a freeze dryer and getting that journey started.
Yeah, that's an investment right there.
Yeah,
that's a big one. I found this one website though that you can pretty much, it's like on layaway. You put a $200 down payment on it, and then you can pay whatever you want on it.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
What's that top secret information cost? What's that?
I'll send you the website. I'll message it to you right now.
Hell yeah,
But,
we're all about saving money over here.
oh yeah, me too, man. I have 5 kids, so
Jeez, I got
bro.
one, and that's enough.
Oh, you Van
5
Drake
kids and
Jr.
an ex-wife.
Oh boy.
So you were a police officer in California?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, that's like doubly hard over just being a police officer, I imagine.
Yeah, I learned pretty quickly that I was definitely not meant to be a lawman because I don't really care about the law. In my head, like I hate bad guys. I hate bullies. I dealt a lot with worked Vice for a long time. So I dealt a lot, being so close to the border. I dealt a lot with people being trafficked and whatnot. And it takes a lot to just not, do what your first thought when you see a little 13-year-old girl being pimped or something. As a man, you want to put that
Beat the
other
brakes
person
off
down.
that guy.
Yeah. That I learned quickly. I was like, yeah, it's not for me. Did a lot of good work, learned a lot of good stuff, and made some friends for life. That's for sure.
It's good. You almost sound like you'd be better off at, well, where you are now, a more freer state, but like a sheriff and or private security, right? It's like security gets that gray area to operate in, where law enforcement gets red tape and they can't. I did security for a while.
So right now, I actually own my own business right now. I do private security and I do private investigation.
Oh yeah.
The bulk of what I like when I first got into doing this type of work, I kind of I worked for like a couple of different law firms and stuff like that, and insurance companies, doing private investigation work. And then on the security side, I have one client. I work for a diamond broker. That's pretty cool. Any kind of random ratchet shit can happen doing that. It's pretty fun. But for the most part, I have completely transitioned in my private investigation work to looking for missing people. So that's like what I do all day, every day now, is look for people that their families are looking for them. If they've been sex trafficked or they're drug addicts or something, they just go missing. So yeah, that's what I do now.
How is that monetized?
No, most of the time I don't get paid actually. So that's why I started my apparel company and stuff like that. That's how I fund my missions that I go on. Or people. There's other people that I have benefactors, I guess. But yeah, it's not anything that I got into to get rich. But my security work pays me pretty well, so I guess that also helps.
That's good. Heck yeah, man. Well,
makes me think of that taxi driver on Total Recall. Man, I got 5 kids to feed. But that's awesome. Following your passions like that.
Heck yeah, man. I like that a lot. Wandering Wilderness has a good one here. Chat, what's your job/life experience? If you feel comfortable dropping that in. I am now. I was an HVAC tech before I messed up my back about 15 years ago. And then I switched to armed and unarmed security, depending on the contract, for about 4 years. And now I do production engineering for really, really big custom HVAC stuff. So I'm back in the heating and air side. I do a little bit of security work, small stuff like gun shows and church stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Nice. Small arms.
Old Man Butt Wrinkle says 55 years old, live in suburban Detroit, spent the last 30 years jerking up. Okay. You're doing the Lord's work, Old Man Butt Wrinkles. The monkeys are proud at the zoo of you.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Did you see that? That's who we chill with. Those are some good homies right there. Pat?
45. I was carpenter, mechanic, and then started driving truck and been doing that for about 4 years now. Drive team with my wife. Go out to Arizona and back once a week. It's a pretty sweet gig.
Nice. That is pretty badass.
Yeah, we get basically 3 days off a week. It's pretty cool.
Huh. Nice. It's probably nice to get away from that East Coast weather during the winter.
No, it's worse out west.
Yeah, I guess driving. Well, no, we're in Pennsylvania. They have mountains out there. I was gonna say
Yeah.
probably going through the mountains during the winter, but
Yeah, we go down 81 through Virginia, that's all mountainous, and then that through Tennessee, that's all mountains.
Yeah.
Then once you start getting further out west, it flattens out for a little while. Or you wouldn't think it, but New Mexico and Arizona and all that, they get just as much winter weather as just about anywhere else.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I go out there to those Indian reservations a lot right now for the work I do, and it can be pretty ratchet. I actually feel bad for a lot of those people because they don't even have running water on some of those reservations. So, yeah.
Hand dug pump. Hand dug well, huh? Or they just go and buy like a couple of those 5-gallon deals at Wally World and throw them on a dispenser in their residence.
Yeah.
See a lot of that here.
Yeah, I've been to PA a few times, and I'll tell you this: it's like a more ghetto version of Wisconsin.
You've been to the wrong parts.
Yeah, that's for sure. I went to Erie a few times, and that place is ghetto as hell. Oh man, I think I got called the N-word by white people more than like I've ever and not the ER one, like the cool one to say, not the bad one to say. Like white people were coming up to me like, "Oh, what's up? Good, and I'm like,
you're allowed to say it, right?
Oh, okay. I didn't. All right. Yeah, white people would just come up to me like, "What's up, nigga?" And I'm like, "What's up, bro?"
You're like, "What up, Vanilla Gorilla? How you doing?"
They're just like, "What's up, my brother in Christ?"
I'm a Jehovah's Witness. Would you like to talk about the Lord? That gets people to quit talking to you so fast.
Super quick, yeah.
Wandering Wilderness said 40 years old, raised poor rural Tennessee, broke horses, installed wood floor in high school, joined the Army at 17, went to Iraq in 04 to 05, got out 08. Thank you for your service. Rocking pest control now. Wildlife and trapping business. Pat, you're being crazy.
Hell yeah, brother.
Nice. I don't trap shit. I just shoot them and throw them on the burn pile. My son just touched his first woodchuck. My son's 3, and Grandpa got him with the gauge. He went to daycare the next day and I showed him the picture because he was super excited that he got to touch a woodchuck. And the little girl's like, "What happened?" He's like, "Grandpa deaded him." The teacher's like, "Deaded him?" I'm like, "With the 12 gauge." She's like, "Oh." He's pretty excited about that. I got turkey a couple weeks ago, and he still runs around with that turkey feather. So he's a hillbilly.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a hillbilly myself.
Heck yeah. So you hunt? Are you a hunter?
Oh yeah. I like to hunt. I like to fish. It's in California, it's like really hard to get like a license to hunt. And so like moving here to Wisconsin was like one of the coolest things because I was surprised how easy it was. Yeah, so I own some acreage here in Wisconsin, in northern Wisconsin. So go out there every year.
There you go.
Let out my aggression on deer. But yeah.
Heck yeah. Do you process or do you take it to a processor yourself?
No, we do all that shit ourselves. Yeah.
Same, bro. Same.
I feel like less of a man if I like had someone processing my shit.
It's not that hard. And now they're charging ridiculous rates. I heard one guy say like they charge $300. I was like, "Are you shitting me? I would have done it for $100."
Yeah. No. Yeah, Wisconsin is cold. Yeah, it's cold. It's
What up, Sophia B?
We've had like some weird winters though. Like our winters have been very mild lately. Not much snow, but it's been cold as hell.
Yeah, man. Sounds like Texas would be a good fit. Hopefully, maybe you can swing by ACR and Randall Little Adventure, and we got a bunch of dudes down in Texas.
Yeah, that's yeah. ACR and I have been talking about that. He's gonna come out with me, and we're hopefully we'll get some do some property patrolling and whatnot.
Heck yeah, man. That's badass.
Hopefully, we don't get into any gunfights with any Mexicans. Oh my gosh, I hope to God we don't
We
get
would
into
hate
any
that.
gunfights with any Mexicans
Yeah, man. It might
illegally
be like the
crossing the border.
Chinese. Might be some Chinese. Might be some
Right.
Russians at this point. It might just be all kinds. You know what I mean?
The UN better not try to cross my damn property line at.
You see some blue helmets, you know what's going down, huh? You gonna show them some goon shit?
Dude, I literally paint the heads of my fucking targets blue. Like, it's an understatement to say I've been praying for this day my whole life, or waiting for this day my whole life. Like,
So, interesting prep if you're looking at the UN, a paintball gun, because a lot of their personnel carriers, their windows have a flaw, and it seems to be cleaning them. Fun fact: paintball gun works pretty good for anti-blue helmet.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, very good to know. So yeah, that's one thing. There's a contract that you can read if you can speak not Americanese, and for the last couple of years, it's still open, and you get like what is it, like $50,000 to $75,000 a year plus your housing and food stamps, and it's a 7-year contract. And within that time, they want you to immigrate into the U.S. and then you can basically flip your blue helmet on, and you're here, there, you're there.
So they're like sleeper cells.
Yeah, kind of. So that's been open for the last couple of years. I've been talking about it. Haven't seen anything else about it, but people
There
are
was
getting paid.
probably like a year or so ago, maybe 2 years. I was at Walmart one time, and there was like a bus full of Africans. They got off the bus, they did their shopping, and they got back on their bus, and they took off. And that was here in where I live, so
Jeez.
that was pretty cool. And then probably like a few weeks after that, there was a news report of a bunch of Africans like coming into like one of the smaller airports about 30 minutes from me, and no one knows like where they went. So.
Damn. Did you see over in the UK that I just seen a video? I should have posted it in Discord. The local British that have been there obviously for generations are
The Britons.
the Brits with the teeth and the beans on toast. They're being attacked and hunted down by little groups of younger, military age guys of Middle Eastern descent with knives and hatchets and machetes and shit they're not supposed to have because kitchen knives are banned over there, right?
Huh.
And so these got beans on toast, crooked teeth dudes drinking their tea are like running through the streets away from these dudes that are just attacking pretty much anybody of a lighter complexion.
Huh.
Yeah,
It's kind of like
Weird-
the same
weird how
thing with
yeah, immigration everywhere. The violence just increases and the rapes just increase. Weird.
yeah. Open borders, they totally work.
Mushy peas. What the fuck are you talking about, Lawfully?
The Brits.
The Brit. Oh, that's just wrong, man. Sand YNs, as Honda would say. Yeah, them sand YNs. Bro. That's for sure.
Hey, I fucking love that. I'm gonna start saying that, bro. Saying YN. What the fuck, dude?
You like that?
Oh shit.
That's about all I can say because Mike and
I mean
Blake-
it in humor, not in disrespect.
Yeah, no, I get it, bro.
Yeah, they're just 2 letters, dog. Whatever you think they mean.
No, there's like a bunch of people from Pakistan that live like right up the street from me. And I see like the younger ones all the time. I'm like, hey, you little Stan YNs. I'm for real gonna, and they own a fucking gas station too. I'm gonna say that shit to them next time I'm there, bro.
Hell yeah.
Oh man. This is
Make
gonna
that
be
a
the
short.
start of my
I'll laugh my ass off. Make it a short. I'll laugh my ass off.
I will. Probably make a long form video of them trying to jump me or something.
You'll be good. Pull that appendix rig. You good, son? You
Right?
got that peanut butter build. I wanted a Glock 9, the 19X for a long time. Never have found one for a reasonable price. Pat, are you in a place you can talk?
I would
Yeah.
optic cut it and I would grip chop it.
That's what I'm trying to do right now is find a freaking. I want to find like a slide with the with the MOS, but it's like hard. And so then I looked into like getting like sending mine in and getting it cut. It's like $800.
What?
No.
No. It's like 100 muffins tops, bro.
Are you sure? Yeah, because I literally like let me see if I find the website right now.
Yeah, what is it? JagerWorks, right? He's expensive. He's like 100.
That might be for a slide cut package. Like they put some speed holes in there and extra.
Yeah, they do it all.
Yeah, I could see where they would try and charge that much for like a full slide, but just to get an optics cut, yeah, it shouldn't be more than 200.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
place that Lenny McGill owns, that store where he sells
The store
Glock,
where they sell Glocks.
The Glunks.
he's got a 10-day turnaround guarantee.
Oh, really?
And I think it's like 2.25, 2.5 nominal. Depending on options.
Okay.
That's as much as I'll say on the live.
Yeah, we'll talk privately. But yeah, like asymmetrical preparedness, he chopped his down to a 19 size just for mag compatibility because there's just way more 19 size mags out than 17s.
Yeah, dude.
It was the number one carried firearm by law enforcement in the civilian population for how many years running? Like they're everywhere.
Yeah. That's the one cool thing about being law enforcement in California is that. So I don't know if you know this. In California, there's you can't just buy any gun that you want. There's an approved firearms list. There's a roster of guns that you can own, and so you can't even own like past a Glock Gen 3. Anything past Gen 3 is illegal in California.
Yeah, we got a YN that lives over there. He's a little bit older, but no, we got some homies that chill over there. They hate it.
Okay.
Migrating into UNC territory.
Oh, he an UNC now? Oh shit.
He's got like 7 kids of his own, so
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's definitely UNC.
He's got to be somebody's uncle.
If not, he running and ain't claiming. That's funny.
So yeah, like the cool thing though about being police is you can get whatever the fuck you want. And me, for some reason, I never like purchased like anything cool. Like I had a Glock 17, and then like I'm a 1911 guy. I love 1911s, so I would always buy like cool 1911s, like all the cool tactical shit. And then for some reason, I don't know, like when I moved to the Midwest, so when I originally left California, I moved to Oklahoma, and I didn't like it because I saw a tornado or two, and I was like, they don't like black people in Oklahoma.
No, you
Fuck
good.
this.
Just go in a basement.
Not true.
Man, I was actually not too far from Arkansas too. It was like I think Fort Smith was like 30 minutes away from where I was at.
You would have been
There were literally there's one other black family where I was at, and then there was a bunch of Indians, and then everyone else was white. Like, and then I saw the tornado,
And even the Indians are white.
Yeah, you're not lying.
They're 164th, so they get the roll card.
Yeah, they're like, I would meet white people, like they would come up to me and they'd be like, yeah, I'm native, so I got like my free land and shit. And I was like, where are you native? And they'd be like I have like Indian in me, and I'm like, where? Like you were whiter than Hank Hill. But yeah, no, they were all
pull out that feather and put it in his hat.
Yeah, so the first gun I bought when I moved to Free America was the 19X, and I just fell in love with it. And I've run that thing every day.
Every time I picked it up and held it in my hand and dry fired it at a counter, my wife was there, so I couldn't buy it.
You couldn't just be like, "Oh my gosh, this accidentally fell in my cart," like, and then
No,
someone
no.
stole my. Yeah.
nope.
You know,
She's,
Glock sells a version of that now that's MOS with the suppressor height sights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a
What are they?
distributor.
What is it going for?
Um,
You
about
talking the
50
tactical?
muffins more than the plain one because they do a little bit of a bait and switch. They give you the optic cut, but they take back the night sights.
Yeah,
Oh,
but they're
that's
But
like
it does come with a threaded barrel too.
yeah, 19x.
Oh,
tactical.
really? That's what it's called, the 19X Tactical?
I think so.
Not me Googling it.
I'll drop it in the back chat.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I've low-key become a crackhead for these things.
Pretty awesome. Yeah,
I'm kinda-
I wanted that Koa something fierce for a while, and now I've decided that I just want a 19 MOS Gen 5.
I think that's the way to go. There's no reason to pay over $1,000 for a Glock.
I agree.
True. How do you? So
And
do you
now-
run your
And
Glocks?
now,
Go for it.
now HoloSun has an optic that bolts right to the MOS slide, no plates needed. I think that's the way to go right there.
Close.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Lawfully told me about it.
Yeah,
Do
the
you guys,
SCS.
you guys run your Glocks stock, or do you change everything out?
A little bit of change out. I run Gen 4 police straight ins. And I
Okay.
got my 23, which is what if I do security work for my old company, that gun is what I have to run because I'm qualified with it through them,
Mhm.
like insurance and shit. And so I run when I'm running it regular, I run a 9mm conversion barrel, and then 9mm mags. So
Are you
Double-
running like flush mags, or are you doing the 19 rounders, or what's your go-to?
So right now I got the 22 with a rainbow barrel because I got it for 43 muffins on another chat on our buddy E Honda's chat. It's a 40-9 conversion barrel I got for $43. Who cares if it's rainbow? It'll still get you dead.
Yeah.
Now it's basically a 17. And
Okay.
I do lone wolf internals and extended mag release, and then I do the mag pool. What the fuck is that called? A little base plate that helps you get your mags in a little bit quicker. And then other than that, just stock. I had a dagger. I love the tactical pontoon trigger duty, the 4-pound duty one. I'll probably pick another one of them up eventually. But yeah, other
The
than that,
dagger, that's a PSA gun, right?
yep. I carried that for a year. First time trying to dot. I did a Sealy green dot, and I shot a head off a 2-foot-long gardener snake at 10 yards with it.
Nice.
And yeah, my son picked it up and tried to take it in the house at grandma's house, and the wife was horrified. So it was a good time. But yeah, that was a good gun. I think I probably should have kept it in hindsight because it was super comfortable to carry. But like, as far as like longevity and the prepping mindset on it, they just do not last as long. Like internals and stuff, like the parts just aren't made as good as Glock. So that's kind of what made me get rid of it.
So it's not something that you would recommend to run, like, or
I would say if it's your first pistol, it's dirt cheap to run it so you can get good with it. And then I just get a police trade-in Glock or a new Glock.
I'd rather a new gun owner have one of those than something
Lesser.
similar price point that's not Glock ecosystem.
Right.
okay.
But I'd rather them have a used Glock that fits Glock holsters.
Yeah, that was the shittiest part with it is it didn't have you had to get your own holster for it. Now with the Ruger RXM, that would be the way to go. I would if you're going to get into a cheaper one, that would be the one I buy. Same price,
Okay.
but it actually fits Glock holsters.
Okay.
What up, Anthony Kraut?
I was looking at those daggers for a while. So thank you.
Dude, they ain't bad. They ain't bad. But the Ruger XRM is beating it. You get Ruger
RXM.
quality, whatever, and Magpul. Like they had a baby and made it. Magpul makes
there's this other gun. Let me see if I can find it here quickly. It was on Sportsman's Guide, and it was like a Glock clone as well. It's like $300. Let me see.
Bear Creek makes one too.
Yeah, I heard about. I learned about that recently because I saw that Modern Frontiersman was pushing his holster.
Yeah, Modern Frontiersman is a friend of the channel, and I am an affiliate for. Let me see if I can add this to stage here. You got prices on that, Lovely?
I'm being careful not to.
Okay. Yeah. Modern's a super good dude, and his leather work is bitching. I actually have a holster coming for a revolver from him.
Yeah, I wanted to buy a belt from him.
Yeah, his shit is good and lifetime warranty. Like anything happens to it, he will fix it. Does that got a price on it, Lovely?
Okay, it's called the G-Force Arms, the GF9 Rapture. Yeah, that was, and it goes for about $300.
I would say your money's better spent with this.
Okay.
If it's a first-time buyer, which I actually have somebody who's going to be selling a Smith & Wesson 40 VDE, and we're going to get him into this platform so that way he can run my Glock mags.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it comes cut for optic, everything, front serrations, rear serrations.
Yeah, all right, so and this is the Bear Creek pistol.
No, this is the Ruger.
Oh, this is the Ruger. Okay. Man, that's sexy.
Yeah, it ain't bad, man. It's a Gen 2
And
Glock.
what does this go for?
3 muffins.
No,
That's not that.
What? They raise them?
just under 4 muffins.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. If I had to buy again, I'd buy this over a dagger.
See,
Okay.
what they got right was they didn't change the dust cover and the trigger guard, so it fits Glock holsters.
So this is essentially a 19.
Yep, a 19 pattern gun with a removable fire control insert like a P320.
What's up, Missouri Survival?
So like they ship them in gray, but you can buy all the standard Magpul color frames. And then just a couple weeks ago, they announced the full size and the subcompact. So you'll be able to have a 19 size slide with either a 26, 17, or 19 size grip frame.
Nice.
Oh, damn.
So, like, Glock just had a baby with the SIG, so you can change your frame however you want to carry. That's bitching.
What
They
do
ship.
you guys think
they
about
ship-
that sick stuff?
Say that again.
I think that probably 90% of it is incompetent police officers that, for one reason or another, indeed pulled the trigger. But I think there's enough instances at this point that my rationale would dictate that there's enough other viable firearms on the market
Rip's running that G-Force.
that I would pick something else and not shoot my dang-a-lang off.
How many rounds you got through it, Rip? I hadn't even heard about this thing.
Yeah, that G-Force. I watched a couple videos on it. It looked like pretty cool. People
Who
haven't
makes
really
that?
had anything bad. G-Force. That's the
company.
it's G-Force Arms is the company. The name of the gun is the GF9 Rapture.
Interesting.
It's 12 plus rounds. It's like so I'm guessing it's more of like the size of a 43X. I don't know.
Rip saying the G-Force Exodus.
Yeah. He said he's been running it. I want to know what round
Oh,
count.
and it comes with 2
Rip,
mags
you need to
too.
message me privately, bro. We need to
this-
get you on here.
It's also like it's already optic. It's optic ready and everything.
Damn. Yeah, I'd still take a Glock though. I'd still take a 10
Yeah.
Glock. At the end of the day,
I would,
rather have a 10 Glock.
I would caution you not to fall into the new shiny thing category.
Right.
That's the difference between
Get
being
your
a gun collector and like a like a prepper.
Right.
Yeah,
And-
go ahead.
No, Pat and I are on the journey. I am getting rid of guns to get a bigger solar generator. I'm getting rid of guns to get nods. I got rid of a gun to get a thermal. I got rid of a gun to get a suppressor. Like I'm getting rid of things that I have multiples of, but I'm getting things that increase my capabilities that I didn't have before, like a suppressor and a thermal. Now I do gigs where I get rid of pests like coyotes and possums and shit for people. And then it works into places like I get on hunting ground because I help these guys out remove shit.
Yeah.
So like it feeds my family. It lets me get better at fighting at night on moving target, not paper. And there's something different when you're fighting, especially predators. Like if you can get in like bobcats or you like badgers and shit like that, coyotes, when you can fight a predator, it's better than punching paper.
Yeah. That's
So,
true. Yeah.
Damn,
You know,
Wandering Wilderness is cool. He's got a bunch of affiliates. Sorry, go ahead.
I kind of got into that same thought process though about, because I used to have a fucking huge safe full of guns, and then I was like, man, like realistically, I can only really like, if I needed to, I'm only going to be able to shoot like one of these, two of these at a time, and you can't take it with you. And I was like, there's all this money that I spent on these guns, and there's other shit that I need that I don't have, and so I agree. I prefer to be extremely efficient in what I have and have the parts for it and know how to work on them and shit. And then every once in a while, though, I want something to. The real reason I was looking at another Glock type pistol is because I wanted something that I could just like fucking keep for like hood rat shit. But that's not there. That's all right.
Yeah, Wandering, hit me up. Hit me up, man. I'm down. Drop my Discord in here.
I got you.
Thank you, sir. Lawfully so handy with that stuff.
So if you're already rocking a Glock 19X, like, what would the purpose be of picking up something else that is 19-esque?
Well,
like, does it perform a service that the 19X doesn't? Do you need a secondary just for like buddy loadout, or is it just because it looks cool?
No, I don't ever buy anything because I'm like, oh man, this is so badass looking. No, it was more so like, it's not so expensive. I wouldn't mind like giving it away, or like it was something that I wouldn't mind like keeping in my vehicle. If someone were to steal it, I'd be like, it's like
a good get-home kit or a buddy loadout that's reliable enough, but not yeah, I feel you.
And then also, I want something like I could just like totally just beat the shit out of and like run in every which way. So I have been wanting to like do more of like running my pistol and whatnot. It's it's all perishable skill set, and so I don't shoot nowhere near as much as I used to.
I've pretty much only been dry firing, dude, because I've just been stockpiling the ammo because I don't want to like have some shit pop off and then like I can't get any more than what I have. You know what I mean?
So like when I first got into this stuff, I used to watch Bear Independent a lot, and I liked his like theory on his like the way he approaches ammo storage and training. So he said that no matter what, he would always have at least 1,000 rounds per caliber that he owns just stored away. But then, you don't want to just have like a bunch of ammo. Like, so he would like buy like whenever he could, he would like go and like buy like a 50 box round of ammo, and then he would either like be like, all right, well, this is what I'm gonna use for shooting, or I'm gonna add this to like my storage ammo. But he's like, he would date all of his ammo, and then he would like eventually like, all right, once it passed like a certain date, then he would start shooting that ammo. And so then, no matter what, he always had 1,000 rounds, but he was rotating out shit. So the way he explained it, though, like you're saving money in a way that you're building and you're training at the same time. So
yeah, I think those laser trainers are cool. I'd like to get in on one of them.
Oh, one of those Mantis things?
Yeah, there's a bunch of companies that make it. Lawfully works at a gun shop, so he gets to handle a bunch of cool shit. So if you ever have gun questions, he's your dude.
I always have gun questions.
Yeah, Lawfully has a channel as well.
I'm in love with this
I think
bodyguard.
I'm sub to you. I'm pretty sure I'm sub to you, Lawfully.
Yeah,
And I sub to you too, Pat.
Yeah, I saw one of your comments on one of my videos. Thanks for that.
Yeah,
most definitely, dude. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked your I liked how you did the gear up challenge. I liked the thought process that you went into it with the two different scenarios. That was something I hadn't seen anyone else do.
yeah, I liked how he got out of bed. That was good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if I'm getting out of bed, I'm gonna be fucking ass naked, and we're gonna fail with that shit.
Battle belt, bro.
Yeah,
That's why I always like take my jeans off, because like I pretty much carry my duty belt in my pockets that I used to. Like I have a flashlight, pepper spray, knife, and then pistol, spare mag minimum. And I usually carry a fixed blade if I'm going somewhere in the front scout, and then I'll throw another mag in my back pocket and TQ and a Slishman in my back pocket. So, so pretty much my theory is I'll drop my jeans with my belt there, and then if I have to get up, if I'm barefoot, at least I have my jeans with all that shit in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I kind of I keep my pants like kind of like what Pat does. Like I keep my pants like at the ready, like my pants that I'm gonna throw on for hood rat shit. And I keep like my pocket, like the traditional line gear type shit.
mm-hmm.
So I keep medical in one pocket. I started keeping a spare mag in like another pocket, because just in case if I'm not running a belt that for whatever reason, I have to get rid of my chest rig or plate carrier. So I like having that spare mag. I even started putting a mag on the end of my rifle, a mag and a tourniquet.
Right.
But
yeah, a lot of people don't do the spare mag, and I think they should. I like what Rip's saying here. He's selling off a lot of stuff. So like the big thing with like prepping lately has been like, how many guns can I get? How many guns can I get? So this is going to take us to the Golden 5. This is Muffin Top's Golden 5. The 5 firearms you need, and you don't need anything else unless anybody else in your family or whatever, they can grab one or the other and be sufficient enough. And if you have a mag, if you have my numbers that I always say on the internet are 4 or 10, if you have 4 families with a Golden 5, you don't need any more guns. You need ammo to feed the guns, and you need medical supplies. And I say it all the time. If you have 10 fucking guns in the safe and you don't have 1,000 pounds of rice, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Because if you can't feed everybody in your mag, your family, and you have 10 guns, you are literally a loot drop, and you are going to watch your family starve because you put your priorities in a shit spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my like mindset on it. So my Golden 5 are your EDC. For me, it's a 9mm Glock pistol because it's America's pistol, right? You have a shotgun, and this can be if you're more urban, you could also swap this for a PCC. You could also swap the next one for a PCC depending on your location, right? So for me, it's a shotgun because I'm a hunter. Next is a bolt because I'm a hunter. And where I'm at, I'm in fucking Nebraska. It's flat. So I have really long distances I can see, so I need to be able to cover, right? That can be changed with the PCC if you're more urban, either one of those. You need an anti-tyrannical weapon, which in America is an AR-15. That is your mag-fed weapon to fight bad guys trying to enact evil upon you, right? And then you have a 1022, which is the workhorse of a homesteader, hillbillies, like everybody. Grandma can shoot a 22, great grandma. A 5-year-old can shoot a 22. You can shoot ground squirrels out of the garden. You can shoot squirrels for food. You can shoot whatever. It's probably the most versatile firearm. So with those 5, you're covered with pretty much all situations in your prepper toolbox. That's a Slishman that Pat's putting on, by the way.
Yeah, I was watching that. That looks really cool.
Yeah, man, you got to check out Jay. I'm an affiliate too, so if you want 10% off, check it out. Jay's a super good dude, and I bought a lot of shit from him. Pull it. Prepared Citizens Lawfully.
He's live right now.
Oh, is he really? Okay.
He's doing his late night Thirsty Thursday.
Oh, I should pop a comment over there and tell him I
That's why we're down numbers.
Well, I understand that. DLD's also live.
We're doubly fucked.
You guys were talking about cutting down grip frames. I was going to do that with my 17. I wanted to cut it down to a 19 grip size, and then I hadn't really gotten around to it. And then Polymer 80 came out with a frame that was exactly that, and I just went ahead and got a P80 frame instead of cutting mine down. And that comment earlier about getting rid of stuff and getting nods and stuff, that's exactly what I did.
Yep.
Got rid of that Scar, ended up trading it for a night vision setup with a bump helmet
Look at
and
that
PVS 14. And had Ear Pro with it and everything, so it was a pretty even trade, I think. And then end up selling some more stuff and bought that thermal scope.
Yep. Yeah, I need nods. I'm schwacking shit with my little clip-on thermal, but I need to get me some night vision and a drone.
Yeah,
You should get like
it's really hard to.
Go for it. Big beard.
Oh, I was gonna say you should check out some digital night vision until you can get what you want.
Yeah, I have a little like handheld one. It's all right. But I have been looking at because Jay runs a cheaper one, and so does Red Dawn. I think they run the Night Owl one. They're pretty cheap. Like you could get the whole thing like without a helmet for like 300 to 400 muffins.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too bad. I'll probably get one just to have it. But trying to get the drone game too.
I got an affiliate code for damn, what the hell is the name of that? Good Night Gear. Yeah, Good Night Gear. Their digital night vision. It's the MVG 50s or the MVG 30s. They make those over there. I got a video on it too if you want to check them out.
I did watch that video. How many muffins was that again? That was about the 300 or 400 muffin mark too, right?
I think for the MVG 50, I think it was like $500 for the individual, and for $1,000 you can get a bino setup, which works pretty well.
Right.
I would recommend the MVG if you're gonna get a bino setup. I would recommend the MVG 30 over the 50 because on the MVG 30 the battery packs are built in at the top, I believe, or at the bottom. The battery packs are built in a position to where it wouldn't affect like the Wilcox mount and shit like that. So on the MVG 50s, they're put in a position to where you can't put them on a Wilcox mount, and so they give you this really awkward bridge that they sit on, and they just fucking suck.
Yeah.
So,
what up, Mac? Mac's a good dude. Mac is getting he's surgery down, man. He's getting a bunch of cancer removed out of his spine and his hip and shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'm gonna pray for you, brother.
Oh yeah, he's a good dude.
If you're looking for a little bit more higher end in the digital night vision, look up the Psionics Opsin, OPSIN. It's a pretty good.
Oh yeah.
It's basically just a camera, but it's small enough that you can put it on a helmet and stuff. And if I was going to go night vision, it's more. It's like $1,000 for just one. But the refresh rate is about as good as it gets, and that's what stops you from getting like motion sick from walking around, is the refresh rate.
Nice. So, sorry, I'm gonna walk it back. How are you on the Golden 5? Like, I know we were talking about like reducing things. Like, I used to be of the mindset I wanted to arm 10 people. Well, why should my job be to arm 10 people? You know, like I can have a buddy loadout and then like a loadout for my wife or whatever, but why do I need to have 10 people's fucking well-being in mind when they should be doing their own shit, you know?
So, you know,
I changed that mentality a little bit.
I think, all right, so like when people talk about like arming other people and whatnot, I do think that's a really great mindset to have, because look at how many people, COVID's a great example. Look at how many people before COVID, they're like, oh, you know, we're going to trust the government. We're going to do whatever the government says. Now, 5 years later, people are like, you know what? Fuck the government. I don't trust them. More people are starting to wake up every fucking day and be like, hey, like, I need to be prepared, or how can I do this? I mean, you said so yourself earlier, you know, like more younger guys are getting into this stuff, right?
Yep.
Well, people can have it in their heart, you know, and, you know, not be able to afford to do certain things, or just not, you know how to really get into it. So I feel like being able to arm the homies, train the homies, that's like good. That's a good thing to do. And there's cheap ways to do that. I mean, because like what my friends and I used to do, we would put in pools, like, so like for ammo to train. So what we used to do, we would, each time we got paid, we would each put in like $30 or something, and then we would just go buy like a pallet of ammo, and then that was the ammo that we used to train. Or if we were going to have like a weekend of training and shooting, that's how we would, you know, supply our ammo, our food, whatever. So that's, you know, there's ways to do it that can be cost effective. But I feel like then that's that mindset that you have to have, especially if you want to be like a leader, you know. Like in the military, when you're actually engaged in combat, like an officer more than likely is going to come back with like an officer is going to come back with their mags pretty full, because they're not actually behind it on the trigger. They're commanding the gunfight. So, you know, that's something that people have to start thinking about, is like, hey, are you going to be in that leadership role? Or are you trying to be out here doing fucking goon shit with the rest of us? You know? So something to think about. Supplying the homies, thinking about, you know, also supplying the analytics and all that shit. Everyone can't be a fucking trigger puller.
I agree. So I used to do number 10. Now I do 4. If you have 4, say ARs with a pistol and a belt, chest rig, whatever, north, south, east, west, you get 4 families doing the same thing. That's 16 rifles. You're good.
Okay.
You're fucking good, right? 4 families, 16 rifles, average family 4 to 6 people, right? You're fucking good with 16 rifles. Then you have 16 shotguns. You got 16 bolt guns. You got 16 10-22s. Like, you're fine. You're good. You know what I mean? What up, Hutch? So the prepping mentality, I was trying to save people money, because some people I used to have on the chat were like super like broke, and they're like buying a bunch of knives and stuff all the time, or they're like buying their 3rd or 4th or 5th PSA, like the same exact gun. I'm like, why didn't you get an optic for your other 2 guns that you already had, or like a weapon light or a sling, like something to make that weapon platform better?
You know, a sling is like I'm glad you said that, because it's crazy how many people don't run
All
slings
the
on their
YNs running
rifles.
around without slings, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
They be fucking putting those things in their fucking pants, man.
It don't make any sense. Like,
I straight up seen a kid pull an AR pistol out of his fucking pants, and I was like, well, it's a good way to shoot your dick off, man.
yeah, no.
Have you seen that video?
Oh, the dude shooting himself in the dick?
Yeah.
It's a black kid, right?
Filming the music video in his mama's kitchen, and kapow.
Oh yeah. I've seen that. Fuck that kid.
Yeah. But I mean, like that's what it bugged me so much. Like, I'm like, dude, you need food. And like, yeah, the fat guy on the internet telling people they need food. I'm like, dude, you need 700 pounds of food per person per year.
Yep.
And when you get down to it, the Bible says you need to have enough food for 7 fucking years. I don't know anybody in the prepping community that has that much food. I know I don't have that much food.
I feel like Bear has that much food.
I feel like he's working on 5 years right now. Maybe Pastor Joe Fox has that much, but that's
Yeah.
a metric shitload of fucking food.
To their credit, it's easier to pile that up when you have a bunch of ants in your
Right.
cult.
They have a bunch of people
Yeah.
assisting
Yeah, that's
them,
true.
and yeah, so eventually if some of those people aren't around, their stuff goes to them because they have it figured out where they don't have to do as much work, but they had put in work to get to that point, you know. That's what I'm saying. So then it comes to being able to provide your own food. So I've been challenging everybody with the fitness and with gardening, growing something. If you've never gardened it before, you are not just going to plant seeds in the ground and it's going to make a bumper crop. You have to learn, and you need to learn on easy mode now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, when it's not so vital, like, you know, in the middle of the shit hitting the fan. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. Oh, there's my channel. See, I was talking about battery operated fans. Like, who the fuck in the prepping community talks about that?
Oh yeah, I saw that video, man. That thing was actually pretty badass.
Dude, that orange fan, I'm in love with that. I'm gonna buy another one and put it in a Tech Protect bag. That thing, I ran it for a whole week, 4 hours a day, every day, and then I ran it one entire day on my dog because it was getting hot and I didn't want to turn on the AC yet because I'm a cheap bastard. And then I came home and I ran it on me that night, and it died sometime in the night from midnight till when I woke up at 5, but on one charge. The thing is
That's
badass.
not bad.
I know, for $50, dude. Shit. Nobody talking about that.
No, yeah, you are absolutely right. The entire community has like switched back to like just guns and gear. That was what was kind of refreshing about like Bear shit like back in the day was that he was talking about like realistic shit. And I remember like he would even like he was really big on like people understanding logistics and whatnot.
Right.
And that's something that like I am like gotten pretty big on now is like the logistics of everything. I've never been like much of a numbers guy or anything, but
I am. That's my job. I'm a numbers guy. So when Lawfully at my last chat on Tuesday was like, man, it'd be good to have like a support fire deal with like a cool trigger or whatever and drum mags and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but at the end of the day, you have to reload those mags. Like everybody, you know, sure, you can have a bump stock or you can have a fun trigger, whatever. You still have to be able to stock that much ammo for your cover fire theory, where it'd just be better off just everybody running just a standard semi-auto AR they have dialed in and make accurate shots.
I didn't say you were just walking around pissing away ammo all the time.
No,
It
yeah,
has its
but
place.
I understand. I understand what you were getting at. But at the same time, there's so many people on the internet thinking they're that guy because everybody just wants to be a trigger puller. When at the end of the day, I just need somebody with a fucking shovel in their hands.
there was a live, I can't remember who's. Oh, it was GWAT Alchemist. He made such a good point. He was talking about how you know, like everyone isn't going to be a trigger puller, but he's like, there's definitely going to still be the B team, people that have it in their heart to like do the things and shit.
Right.
So he was like, you know, there's going to be people that, you know, they need to be able to hold down the fort when the A team is out doing the hood rat shit. There's going to be people that's going to have to stay behind and protect the wives and the children. They're also going to, you know, have to, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, do all the logistics and shit like that, like, or, you know, fix shit. They're going to need doctors. You're going to need mechanics, engineers, you know, so on, so on. Fucking hookers.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you know, I was like, yeah, that is a really good point. That, like, everyone does. I mean, I can't really blame him because like every man has like that fucking hold the line fantasy, you know?
Sure. But if you have all these people at a farm and you don't have a water plan and your water plan is going to the river with 5-gallon buckets, guess what? You need people running buckets all day long.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of water for
What
that.
the heck?
I need somebody. Yeah, what are you looking at? I need
Yeah, what the-
somebody pulling weeds in the garden and shooting with a pellet gun, which is an honorable 6th mention for the Golden 5. A pellet gun shooting ground squirrels and shit out of the garden so they don't rob your meager harvest. You know what I mean? Like if you get a bad
Yeah.
year and you run out of like, because I did a gardening thing, I tried like helping bugs and helping plants. Last year, my garden here, I didn't use pesticides. I didn't use fertilizer. I used natural shit, and I used bugs and plants to repel bad bugs and bad, mosquitoes and shit away from me, and to help other crops thrive better. Because they get better nutrients from this plant, the companion planting, and everything like that with the herbs and the flowers. Because in SHTF, you can't go fucking buy Miracle Grow anymore. So that was a learning process, and my crop was not as good as it was the year before. I still put up over 600 jars of pickles and salsa and pasta sauce last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nobody talking about canning.
Yeah, we just got into doing that over here. Got into canning. We've kind of we have like a pretty like decent food storage, but I've kind of put that on the back burner just because I'm going to be moving this year.
Right.
So like I'm actually going out to Texas like next month. I'll be working on my property. So like hopefully no gunfights happen. But fingers crossed.
Yeah, you got it.
Hopefully. The border literally is right across the street from my land.
Oh boy.
Like
cartels might come in and say, "Hey, dog, can we put a building here and give you like $10,000 a month?" And you'd be like, "Shit, yeah, that's what's up."
Shit, I'm like 10 million up front. Do whatever the fuck you want, bro. Shit.
I'll help you build it.
Do you guys want any water or anything? Any lemonade?
My bed, take a nap, go ahead.
Shit.
Yeah. But
the thing that concerns me about
sorry, the Golden 5 was to try and help people not go blow money on the newest pew pew on the market just to say they've shot 50 rounds through it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Do you guys ever I think like when I first started really looking into like guns and whatnot, and there's like certain firearms that like I feel like I'm guessing like your Golden 5 is like the guns that you feel like you absolutely have to have.
So
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I think it's a base that everybody should have.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I feel like most of that shit you can get at a pawn shop for pretty cheap. Our gun broker, our fucking is arms list still a thing?
Yeah,
careful.
that's not as good. Yeah, but we can't. Yeah, in Minecraft, these are potential places that we have coded
That
on
might
YouTube.
exist somewhere.
Oh, you can't say that shit on live?
No, YouTube's super lame.
Oh, that's fucking gay.
Super lame and super gay.
Yeah, it is.
Where you may purchase one of these fine garments, yes. Whoops.
Tools.
So, out of your current collection, what would your Golden 5 be?
I'd say my Glock. Well, yeah, my AR, my Glock, my shotgun, my bow. Or would you class? Would that class? Well, I guess that wouldn't really classify as a firearm.
No, I got a pellet gun and a crossbow too.
So all right, so then I'd say my 22, and then and then I guess my bow. Yeah, I probably use my bow more than I use my 22.
Shit, there you go. Fair enough. Well, when you get to Texas, you might rock a good bolt.
Well, I have a 308 and shit. It's just for me personally, it's not as important to me because I don't like I can hunt with my AR. Uh,
I'm with you.
Yeah, it depends on location. It definitely does.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
I mean, I've taken a deer with my AR as well. It just depends on where you're at.
Have to see it to shoot it.
It's I guess like also like I would probably resort more to like trapping and stuff once I move because my land is going to be so vast. So just like going, I'd probably like having to go and like patrol my property anyway. I would probably just run traps because then that way I'm always collecting something somewhere. Save it on ammo because I have to worry about 2-legged predators as well as the 4-legged ones. Can you imagine going to check a trap and you got a person in there?
Well, I mean, if you need Google Translate, just go ahead and leave them in there for another couple of days, and you'll be fine. Just saying.
Food's food.
Yeah. Long pig, anyone? We're gonna go ahead and pit roast this.
Man, that's something I can't wait to do is roast a damn hog.
I thought you were gonna say a dude, but thank God that went a different way. Oh man.
Man, if you
Do it the way they do down south. Do it the way they do it down south. Dig a big hole in the ground.
Put
Start the fire. Let it burn. Let it burn down to embers. Put in the pig and then cover it up.
Yeah. That's probably like the easiest way to do it. I've seen people do some crazy ass cooks.
Yeah, that's the best way to cook a person. I mean, fuck the Donner Party. What were they thinking? Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, sorry, guys. I took that the wrong way.
Was there a Rip? Was there a person in your trap?
It was a dilemma. Did you cap or no cap? That's all we need. We need a 1 or a 2 in the chat. Quick, Rip. Did you call Border Patrol or did you just go ahead and call a wood chipper company? What was the option? That's funny right there.
I think he's on one of those lists. I'm just going to take care of it for you guys. Man, shit, that is something I didn't even think about. Can you imagine, like, you guys ever seen that video of that dude that was crossing the border and he's like, oh, you don't even know who I am? And then it like turned out he was like a bomb maker.
Yeah, like on the freaking FBI's most wanted, like top 20 guys list or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just crossing the southern border like it was nothing.
Yeah. See, a bunch of bad people like that are here. That's why you should listen. I have an audiobook section. I don't know if you fuck with Discord, but The Day of Wrath, we've done it. We broke it down over a bunch of chats where you listen to it.
Okay.
And it is the first time I listened to it, dude, I was so pissed off. I was getting up, walking around at work, and people were like, dude, what's up, Muffin Top? I'm like, this book is pissing me off. And they're like, just turn it off. I'm like, it's so fucking real. And like, if you have kids, it'll piss you off that much more.
Check it out.
It'll light a fire under your ass for training, dude. Because it's been like my driving force. Like if I don't do anything, I'll get at least 100 reps and 100 body weight squats in on my like dumbbells and shit. Like I'll do something just to make sure I'm doing something. Because when that day pops off, and you got to be the best that your shitty body can be, because I have a shitty fucked up body, I will be the fucking best that I can be. I will fucking sprint to my kids' fucking daycare if I have to. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I got an ex-wife, so it's really easy for me to get enraged. So.
I feel you. Well, I mean, I don't feel you, but you know, I understand.
An ex-wife and teenage daughters, so it's really easy for me to get mad.
I feel you.
Tough life.
Thug life. Nice.
All right, so that was 2 questions. What was your third question, Muffin?
That was it.
Oh, was it?
Are you like Sheridan, sub to Lawfully Armed and Pat Riot? Because they're 2 really good guys that are always my co-hosts.
Yeah, I believe I'm subbed to both of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Well, maybe you'll have to pimp out your affiliate links, and if you ever need any freeze-dried food after you get moved, I'll pimp out mine. And then I also have Modern, and if you want to go get some medical gear from Jay, I got you.
Definitely gonna hit that medical gear up.
Heck yeah. I'm just slinging Slishmans. Lawfully's probably better at it than I am. Lawfully sells a lot of Slishmans. And you're probably giving more away than what you sold.
Yeah.
I like that video. I'm gonna go watch it again, Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that
Which
looks,
video?
the one of you using that Slishman.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Jay's got a bunch of them.
the one where I actually found my pulse oximeter.
Yep. So you can see that it did cease your beat.
Oh yeah, those are fucking cheap. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go buy some of those. Definitely.
Heck yeah. Code Red Chungus gets you 10% off.
What's the code?
Red Chungus. Chungus was a squirrel that I overfed that we watched a hawk pick him up, and he's no longer with us. Right there, Red Chungus.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Jay
You're
also
good. You're
very
good
much
with these
loves-
nicknames, dude.
Yeah.
You got a knack for the names.
Yeah, something like that. Yep. Chungus is based off a real life squirrel. I currently have a Chungus 2.0 in the works.
Nice.
Yeah.
You like domesticated these squirrels?
No, they're wild squirrels,
Nope.
but they chill around my house because I feed them. So like when we're out hunting, because I like upland bird hunt, like pheasants and quail, and then I turkey hunt, and then I varmint hunt, and then I goose hunt and deer hunt. If I get busted on a draw or something that I'm walking, I won't walk back with an empty vest. I'll pick up corn, like field corn, on my way back and fill up my vest. And then like last year we left with about half a truck bed full and like a couple deer and some pheasants. So it was a really good productive day. So we feed the squirrels all year long, and we also corn feed the rabbits. We'll take all the corn off and put it on the ground for the rabbits. So in SHTF, I eat my nice plump shepherd's pie rabbit or quesadilla rabbit or muffin top open face squirrel sandwich and gravy. You know what I mean? So we're gonna eat. That's part of my food chain. See, I got dubs and shit. I can just sit here and pop dubs with, like, if I wanted to eat something real quick and it's just me, I can just pop a dove with my pellet gun out the freaking front window and then like pluck it and throw it in the pan.
Okay.
So yeah, it's part of my food chain I've created. There's Jay, by the way, and that's Demo Man Don.
Yeah.
His class.
Looks like he shot pretty good too.
Yeah.
That must have been from like 3 feet away.
That's just the good one that he posts up for the website so nobody looks bad. He takes it over the guy's target. Jay's a good guy like
he's
that.
not here to defend himself.
Yeah. Demo Man Don couldn't shoot that good. He loves ACU bags.
That's
We love you, Demo. Anthony
it's
got
definitely
Go for it.
not part of the Golden 5, but I'm in love with this little Bodyguard 2.0.
Yeah, it's a good gun, man. It's a good little gun. But yeah, Jay's a good dude.
The Bodyguard, is that a 38?
Tree 80. It's the
380.
Bodyguard 2.0.
Teresa B.
I got a little 38 that I always carry with me, a little pocket pistol.
Man, if I don't carry a gun, I always carry my pepper spray and a flashlight. If I don't carry a pocket knife, I always got a pepper spray and a flashlight.
Yeah,
Worst case, he can suffocate him with his dick.
No, with my muffin top.
massive hawk.
That's when they're fine. That's when they're looking for it because they're like, "What? I'm like built like Hank Hill. I got no ass and a big old top." If you've seen my Ready Up challenge, you've seen it. There's just no ass there. It's like concaved inward where there should be an ass.
He's got that syndrome they call no acetol.
Yep.
No, I thought.
That's what I was born with, man. This is rough. You got an aspect that goes to the shoulder blades and no acetol.
It's congenital.
Yeah. Well, I am also a plumber, so I do HVAC, plumbing, and electrical work. So it fits. I am the handyman.
Yeah, I always carry my little 38, like either on my ankle or in my pocket. I like having a drop gun.
Yeah, there you go.
Never know when you're gonna have to frame someone.
Pat lost signal. He went into Arizona.
To the desert.
Poor Pat. With them sand lions.
The sand. I love that.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man.
Man, missed opportunity of all the people I could have called the San YN.
You have to keep that one on the back burner for next time.
For real.
You don't know what you don't know.
Right?
Like, have you ever heard of Irish guacamole?
No.
No.
It's just potatoes.
It's mashed potatoes.
I like that.
I love Irish guacamole.
So do I. Shit, I guess that makes, in Wisconsin, that's for real how you get yourself a white girl. You'd be like, you want to go get some mashed potatoes? They're like, okay. Mashed potatoes.
So what if I eat guacamole on a baked potato, Pat?
You're going through like dimensions and shit, man. We can't even be doing that.
Guacamole on a baked
Like,
potato?
if you ever,
Like a loaded baked potato?
That's some thug
like,
shit
if you ever
right there. I
put-
don't know.
Good shit, bro.
I
You
don't
might break
recommend
the
If you
internet
put
with that.
if you put Chick-fil-A sauce on a McDonald's chicken nugget, like a dimensional portal opens up and Cthulhu walks through.
What is that, a 357?
No, that one's just 38.
I like man 357. Teresa B.
I like 357.
Crew, what up? New name for me. Appreciate you swinging over here.
That's one of my pride
What?
and joy guns there.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that shit.
Taurus GX4.
No, my wife got me a Colt Python in 357.
Ooh. How do you like
Seen
shooting that?
Nah, man, Rip ain't with them. Nah, you fucking get out of here, crew.
It was a little underwhelming. I was just shooting 38 out of it, but then I put the Magnum in there, and I was like, oh, that changes things. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I was looking at one of those the other day, and then I was like, oh, that's a $1,200 gun.
Look, there's Muffin Man right there.
I like that chest rig, dude.
It's cheap, man. Lynchpin Supply. Mine got lost in the mail for like a month. It got delivered to like a house 2 hours away. I was so pissed.
I just started watching their videos the other day.
Yeah, they're pretty good. For what they are, I am in love with an H harness, and my favorite chest rig is a TAPS with an H harness modified.
Yeah.
But for the muffins and the amount of mags you can carry, because that carries 12, it's pretty solid. Because it's only like 59 muffins or something like that. Like, it's cheap.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, like that's the perfect throw to a buddy kit, and if they miss, like they have 12 fucking mags to miss with plus one in the gun, right? So like, not bad.
That's a lot of fucking lead being slung.
Hell yeah. So if I hop on the treadmill, that's usually the one I'll rock with my recce rig.
Okay.
Yeah, I usually wear my buddy rig when I'm going, unless I'm getting ready for a hunt, so I can get used to like the suppressor weight and shit with the thermal on my go-to rig. Which
Bake
is
off.
PSC or PSC. PSA Saber is my go-to right now.
So, do you guys think that revolvers have anywhere in like modern gunfights? Do you think that they still hold value?
Big critters and people's ears up close.
Yeah, I love revolvers, and I have one that's never going away. I got Barney Fife's 38,
Oh,
full
nice.
police positive, and
Yep.
it's my safe queen. I shoot that gun really well left-handed, which I'm right-hand dominant. So I figured like an SHTF, if it got like zombie apocalypse bad, I want a 38 because they're really reliable, or a 357, so you can shoot more ammo. But modern, everyday, my buddy R carries a Kimber 357. It's his most favorite gun because it's so super comfortable, and he's got a 43X, and he still loves to rock that Kimber. We shot some deer loads through it, and it hurt my wrist really bad.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I'd rather you carry that than nothing.
True. It's even if you're like someone that's extremely confident and capable with that over someone that's incompetent with a semi-auto.
Yeah, I'd definitely carry a 357 over a high point, I think.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I don't want to carry a cinder block.
Yeah. Yeah. The Jamomatics, man. Although one time I did see a video of this dude, he got into a sustained gunfight with law enforcement.
Yeah,
He
he had two of them.
Yeah, 2 high points, and he was just fucking. But he was like he was jamming like every other round, but
Yeah,
he stayed in that
in and out of a bus, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he had 3 high points, and then like after they went down, he ran out of ammo enough.
Can you imagine just getting into a gunfight and there's well, I'm out of ammo, so just take me to jail now.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck that delete button. Just fucking saying. Look at that's my keister carry right there. Look at that sucker.
The thing is nice. Came with the stock and everything.
According to you don't have enough ass to carry that.
Oh yeah, but that keister it's bottomless. You know what I mean?
Bottomless.
He doesn't have an ass, but he's got a crack.
Yeah, I got a keister carry of what is that? A Shockwave. There you go. That's my prison pocket carrier for sure.
Man, that's a game changer. You imagine just pulling that out of your pants on someone?
Yeah, they would shit their pants and be like, "Where the fuck did you keep that?"
What did you like to know?
Yeah.
Prison pocket.
Like, you're wearing a thong, bro. Be like, I know, right?
Was that the artillery version?
Yeah.
That was cool.
The barrel looked especially long. I assumed it was.
Yep. I'm going to be careful to not show a price, but Pat, I got one to tease you with.
Hopefully, are you going to get me in trouble?
No.
I got one of those, the non-artillery version. Mine was like 1,400 muffins.
Is that a Python?
It is with the niter blue accents.
Oh.
I didn't even notice the blue at first. All right. Damn.
Yeah.
Why would
All
you
right,
want
now
that without rubberized grips? That's just going to fucking... Jesus.
Because it's for looking at.
I
I
guess.
feel like Elvis like definitely carried that or something. Like
Well, that's current production.
Rick Grimes did not have rubberized grips. He had wood grips, okay?
Yeah, and look what
He
he
held
did.
it
He
wrong,
ended up
too.
getting a fucking Beretta.
I mean, the dude cut his own hand off, so he had the balls to shoot that thing without rubber grips.
I guess.
Like, Rip was a savage.
Shit, man. Well, I had a good time. Go for it, Pat.
I was about to say my 44 Magnum has rubberized grips, and I appreciate it there.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, 44 is a fucking bitch. Yeah. Have you ever
What
shot that?
could you turn that 44 into, Pat?
Huh?
What could you turn that 44 into? That could be another freeze dryer, or 3D printer, or.
No, it's a Taurus 44. It's
okay. That's
that's like
your drop gun.
I'm not getting much.
drop.
Oh, you're robot real bad, Pat. You're going the wrong way, Lawfully. Other way. You're being silly. Well, shit, man. Any other closing questions? I don't want to take up too much of your time. We didn't like lock in a time or anything. But I had fun having you on here, Bearded, picking your brain a little bit.
Yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. Sorry it took so long.
It's all right. I got like 8 other people lined up for chats, and shit just doesn't work out because it's real life for everybody, right?
We know our pecking order.
Yeah, I'm at the bottom of the tier list. It's fine.
We're small guacamoles.
Yeah.
For a brand new prepper, what order would you suggest getting the prepper things? Is it firearms first? Is it food first?
I would honestly say fitness and mindset, and then food. Like food is something that I guess you can squirrel away little by little. 3 days worth of food is very easy. Well, shit, never mind. No, it's not. It's fucking expensive as hell now. So, damn. Yeah, I don't know. I would guess so then I guess I would say skill set and fitness is something to build on. Because even if you can't go buy food, then you can gather it.
Right. And at the end of the day, if you can be, I think if you can be a trustworthy, honest person and work out, all of us have said it here. We all have plenty of pew-pews. If you find yourself in the folds of a like-minded individual, they probably have enough pew-pews to get you set up. So if you can be honest, hardworking, and get fit, those are all things that are free. I take it. You know what I mean? But here's a good one. But you have to have something to protect first. That's very true.
I guess like it's not really
Your robot
came in with my life. That's worth protecting.
Fair enough.
That I came in with my life. That's worth protecting.
Yep.
I can get on board with that.
My family.
Good. Also, I guess one big prep would be is finding people, like-minded people that you could, ride with. Lone wolfing is not as cool as everyone likes to think.
Right.
Yeah, you have to sleep.
Community is so
Exactly.
hard to build because the trust factor, like you might want to say, hey, like I'm a prepper, but like it is so hard to link up and say, hey, you're a prepper, because if it doesn't work out, then
you just opened up the
right.
Yeah. I mean, I think like in the community,
Gen X.
I think in the community, like everyone's like, oh, this guy's a Fed. Oh, this guy's a Fed. That guy's definitely a Fed. Like, so I don't know. I feel like it's kind of hard to like really lock in with people if you're having to worry about stupid shit. Because apparently wanting to be like self-sustaining individual makes you like a bad person or something now.
Right.
So I remember like during COVID. What's that?
Look at those muscles.
Oh yeah, mayo.
That's some elite white people shit right there. Real mayo too. Oh damn.
Miracle Whip's the best. It's tangy and sweet.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Lawfully loves Miracle Whip. Okay, thanks, Lawfully. Bye. Just kidding.
Oh yeah, I was just looking at a video on that type of raised bed.
Heck yeah, I like raised beds.
Yeah, because it's like it kind of like feeds your garden.
I love raised beds. You can get really good soil, and then if you have to move, you can just dig it up and take it with you.
Yeah. You ever watch Homestead Rescue?
Yeah.
I've been watching that lately. I've learned a whole bunch from that show.
Yeah, it's a good show. I think it's a little bit commercialized, but some of those people that have homesteads have no fucking clue either. So
Definitely. Yeah. You know what show I rewatched recently was
Robert Ham.
what's it called? Doomsday Preppers.
Yeah.
And man, some of those people in that show were extremely intelligent. And then some of the people were complete fucking nutbags.
Yeah. I think it was designed that way. You know what episode that you can't find anymore is the one where that guy's a cop and showing people how to do like pepper spray and like and the super soakers and stuff and setting up your
Asian guy?
I don't know. He was
the Asian. Yeah. He was in Virginia. No, I just watched it.
Are you serious? Okay, send it to me.
Yeah.
I've been looking for that. That actually had some good info in it for people to get started.
It's on Amazon. You can buy I bought the season on Amazon. I just watched it. Like,
oh yeah, it's not on YouTube for free anymore. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, it's not. Because that's how I was gonna watch it. Watch the series again. That it's not on there, which is interesting.
Yep. Yeah, Southern Prepper 1 was actually one of the judges.
I know he was he did like opt for that one group that was in like Tennessee, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And like they like had like that night raid. They like raided their compound or something like that, and like the one guy was like trying to join the other group. They were called like the Seven or something. I can't remember, but yeah, that was a good episode.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. There was a lot that I took away from it, and then there was a nice entertainment value. I was like, man, some of these people are definitely gonna be.
You remember Angry Prepper when he was doing the preparation for the super volcano, Yellowstone super?
Yeah, I really wondered, was that what he was like? Or like some of these people, was that like really what they were prepping for? Because I was like, he lives in New York.
Like, they needed. Yeah. I think they had to have so many like different things, and they're like, okay, well, we already had 4 people say they wanted to do it for that, so you got to pick something different.
Yeah. And then like it seemed like no matter how well prepared any given person was, the judges were like, oh, you're only going to survive like 3 months.
Right.
Like there was
one guy, that gal who like channeled the spirit of a ghost who was a prepper and like brought her to that place to get all that food under the house.
Yeah. Yeah, I think on that episode the dad got like gifted a shotgun or something, and like he like totally flags his buddy, like, or his son, like when he's holding the shotgun, he just loads it and then he flags his kid, and I'm like, oh gosh, dude, I can already see how this is gonna end.
Right. Or like that guy who shot without hearing protection and he couldn't handle it and was like throwing up and shit and had to get checked out by medics.
That was funny. Yeah, those two dudes in Texas, I think. Yeah. There was the one dude, the guy in the Marauder episode. That guy dude? That dude turned out to be a freaking chomo.
Oh, yeah, he looked like one. He's like,
yeah,
he was ready to give a C-section to my wife. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, escalated quickly. Yeah, that dude. He wasn't even supposed to own firearms. He was a convicted felon, and he was actually like when he filmed the episode, he was on paper like during that time, and then he like went on national TV handling firearms like a dumbass.
Jesus. Talking about the old big fat guy with the body armor and the little dogs.
Homemade body armor and
yeah, that guy. Yeah,
I thought he was just like a military vet nut.
No, he didn't fucking serve. Fuck that guy. No, not the old guy. It was a younger dude. His name was Tyler something. Tyler Smith.
You go ahead and stock your shit. We're gonna come and take it. Me and my
that dude.
misfit teeth.
He wasn't messing around.
Yeah. 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 We're all from the trailer hood. We're gonna hitch up our houses and come for you.
Turn our trailers into a Optimus Prime like thing.
Watch out for my single shot 22. You're gonna be dead.
The cousin did shoot him with the freaking single shot.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
What a fucking retard. Haha, it works. Ow, that fucking hurt.
He definitely probably broke a rib or something.
Oh god, what a fucking idiot.
Yeah. I think that dude lives in like Seattle or something too.
Yeah, fuck, Seattle's fucked.
Yeah.
You're not talking about this guy?
Let me see it. No. His bunker stew, I just take.
Oh,
7
not
to
that
9
guy, but
cans
that
or
guy.
whatever.
That guy was actually very knowledgeable. He was like the first episode, I think. He was really knowledgeable, but his cholesterol was definitely going to kill him before anything else.
Yeah, he's probably dead.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like he's.
But he knew. He even said, he's like, I know that I need to get in better shape. He had a freaking sick ass M1 SOCOM, nice ass rifle. His plate carrier was way too low. It made me uncomfortable. I was like, I would literally just shoot that guy in the fucking.
I'm training.
Oh, it looks like he's lost a lot of weight.
Look up the Marauder.
That was
guy.
6 months ago.
Oh, he's still kicking. Oh shit! Look at that.
Yeah, he's still alive. Yeah,
Now I feel
he's
bad.
lost some weight.
Oh, good for that guy.
The Marauder guy, his name is Tyler Smith, and I think what was the name of that episode?
Pay attention, Muffin Top.
No. For why? Those are mobile MREs, bro. What are you talking about?
Dogs explain why is destructive to the human race.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take that off the thing. Definitely not doing that.
Well, I was trying to say before I lost signal back there is being a prepper isn't as stigmatized as it used to be. I think when that show first came out, the Doomsday Preppers, like a lot of people were making fun of it. And if, they thought you were a prepper, they thought you were crazy or something.
Yep.
Wow.
Like things that have always been and will always be like, you're crazy. Nothing's ever going to happen. But I don't think it's as stigmatized as it used to be like way back then. I think a lot of people are more waking up to, a shit hit the fan isn't always an EMP or a, world without rule of law. It can just be, we got a shit ton of rain and there's no power for 6 weeks. That shit hits the fan.
Yep.
You lose your job. That shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah, that's very true. That episode is called the. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
I was that episode. It's called "We Are the Marauders." It's episode 7 of season 3.
Yeah, that guy's a moron.
And you were also saying about trying to come up with, like MAG members or people, and you can you have to drop little hints. You have to do it slowly. You don't just like meet someone and then show them your basement 3 days later.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have known. I've kicked. What do you got going on over there, Lawfully? You Illuminati? Are you a Freemason?
That's how Pat lays down them hints.
Like I've been expanding my mag because I realize a bunch of old people in my mag are all going to kick the bucket, and then our mag numbers are reduced in amount that we don't want. So I'm trying to bring in fresh blood. Not to mention, like my sister had twins. I had one child. That's all I'm having, and like you expand it organically, but you have to take in new people. So like I brought R never even knew I was a prepper, and we've known each other for years, and he's just now kind of gotten on that train with me. And like, I've kicked a family member who is a MAG member out for 26 years. They're out because I can no longer trust that he will defend this person's life, let alone my son's life. So it's done. I had 4 people I tried to bring in the folds last year, and one of them, well, 2 of them made it out of the 4. We found out one was fucking crazy. And it was as simple as we were just walking around a town or around a cornfield with weight, and they couldn't show up once a week to walk 10 miles. If my fat ass with tits and no ass can go out in a plate carrier and fucking walk 10 miles once a week, why in the fuck, with my chronic fucked up back and crushed nerves and crushed discs and fucking nerve damage, why in the fuck can you not go out and do it? What is your fucking excuse? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Those are the people that are going to die horribly, though.
Yeah. And one excuse was, oh, I'll be a trigger puller. I was like, I don't need a trigger puller. You know what I need? I need a guy cutting down trees and digging fucking trenches for us to fight out of. I need a guy who can run a shovel. You got a pair of gloves and a shovel? I got gloves and shovel. Get to work. What up, ACR? What up, Rebel Spirit?
I think when in a real shit hits the fan situation, there's not going to be just a trigger puller. Like, unless you've got some huge compound where you can specialize completely, like, you're going to be a trigger puller and a weed puller and a trench digger.
You're going to be laundry day once a week because not everybody wants to do fucking laundry, not to mention it's heavy. You're going to be processing meat, dude. You're going to be, yeah, theoretically, everybody in your group should be able to pull a trigger. That's why I think everybody should have a 10/22. Guess what? A 5-year-old and a 95-year-old with that thing perched up on something can lay down good suppressive fire. I don't know anybody who wants to stand in front of 25 rounds of 22.
I feel like most people have, like, I guess, kind of like a delusion. Like, they think, like, okay, shit hits the fan. That means that it's just going to be, like, nonstop fucking John Wick, gunfights every day. I think people don't realize there is going to be a lot of, like, life in between all of that. You're going to still have to be able to sustain yourself and your people.
Right. And you know what's going to probably be a bigger deal is getting everybody a bath rotation.
Yeah.
And having enough soap so you can make fucking everybody clean, because that's a big way to fight off infection.
There was a couple of shows that I really enjoyed, and I hate that they canceled them. Like, you ever seen a show called Evolution?
It sounds familiar.
It was a show pretty much like this EMP happened, and then like 20 years later, there's this family, and turns out, like, so there's EMP happens, they're trying to get the fucking power back on, and it's centered around, like, there's a fucking militia now, like, there's no longer a government, there's this evil militia, there's people. It's a real good show. It's very likely what would happen, and so pretty much these vets, they got tired of, like, the way everything was happening after the lights went out, and so they're like, you know what, we should take over the country. And they did. They took over the fucking country. So that was one good show. But what I liked about it the most was that they showed, like, real problems. Like, I think there was one episode they got pinned down by this tornado. And I don't think anyone ever thinks about, okay, in a shit hits the fan, grid down situation, what about the natural disasters? How are you going to take care of, like, how are you going to dig people out, stuff like that? How are you going to get to people? If your mag is 10, 20 miles away and there's a tornado or a flood or a hurricane or something happening, how are you guys going to link up then? And I think that's the shit that people don't think about.
Easy thing, winter. How many people have winter where you get a snow day or two and they have road crews that move snow? Guess what? In SHTF, you don't have fucking road crews moving snow. If you're stuck out there for weeks until that shit melts and you can dig it out with a shovel, you're stuck there for weeks with what you got. And if you don't got enough, you're dead.
And that's a big theme on Homestead Rescue, that people not being able to sustain themselves during winter. So people not knowing how to like garden and stuff like that. Like this is like the shit that I think people should be really like trying to learn and whatnot. Because you're gonna die otherwise. You're gonna die horribly.
Yep.
Starving.
We made it in 2008. We made it in this house that I'm in now for almost 3 weeks because we had a fireplace and we had a natural gas stove so we could cook soup and stuff. We had a whole bunch of people in here because all of like the hotels and stuff, anywhere you could rent a place was out that had power, and like it took weeks to get power lines hooked back up because the ice was so heavy, it just busted all the fucking power lines, dude.
Shit.
Yeah, like that's just normal every day. That's 2008. Like, fuck, you know what I mean? People still talk about that. Like, shit's still fucked up. They still haven't fixed everything the right way on that. That's been years.
Yeah,
That's something you have to take into account if you're looking to relocate. Is try and go further south, so there's milder winters and a longer growing season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the one thing I miss about home is the weather.
Yeah, pull down the main lines from the power plants. Coalfoot's in Nebraska, he knows.
Damn.
But yeah, but you know, I've grown up in Nebraska, so I know 102 degree fucking high humidity summers to the negative 30 degree winters with like a foot of snow that day or 18 inches of snow that day. You know what I mean?
So did that just like shut down like everything?
Oh yeah, we had like snow days and like used up everybody's PTO and shit.
Damn. Damn, they made you guys use your PTO for some shit you couldn't control?
Yeah, man. Like you only can go 3 weeks, man. 3 weeks. But what company can just take off for 3 weeks and be all right?
True.
Yeah. But
yeah, when I first moved out here, I worked at a company called Generac, and I was a material handler, so I drove forklifts and whatnot. The happiest I ever was in my life. And that's actually like where I met like some of my closest friends now. So they're kind of like my group of guys that I have, my hood rat homies.
Nice.
We used to always say like when the shit pops off that we're gonna come to work one day and we're just gonna clear everything out because we have like generators, snow blowers, everything, like fucking tractors, all that shit. I was like, dude, we're just literally just gonna grab a truck, hook up to the trailer, and we're just gonna head out.
Sure. Yeah, who's that warlord? What's his full channel name? He's like, we know where like up this Walmart warehouse is. Like me and 6 guys with trucks are gonna come and take everything in here back to our place. 6 trucks of food goods at a freaking Walmart warehouse. You're good. You're good on food. You probably don't need to stock a lot of food.
There's a place like that not far from me. It's
Warlord
the
TV,
Rays.
Teresa.
Yeah, that's not a. No, I think like realistically, there would just be too much like because other people are gonna probably have that same thought process. So that's just probably like an unnecessary fight that I wouldn't want to get into.
Right.
But then again, I do have a gas mask and a grenade launcher, so probably be all right. Just start lobbing smoke in that motherfucker.
Well, if you get there first, why leave? Those places are usually pretty secure.
Yeah, but then I don't know. Then I have to hold it, and
Logistics. It takes a lot of people, a lot of rotations, and then what happens if X runs out? Okay, you're out of X. Okay, what happens if Y runs out? Now you're out of Y. All right, now A, B, C, D is really low. All right, well, your logistics are what you have.
it could be like kind of like I guess like a cool situation or not cool, but ideal situation. if you were able to get there first and like set up like I don't know, like an actual like if you had a team to actually hold that position, then you could create like a store. You get what I'm saying? Like where people could come and actually like barter for shit.
Bar-
Yep.
Bartertown.
Yep.
Yeah. There was a lady on Doomsday Prepper, that was her plan, was that she wanted to create like a swap meet for preppers. It was a great idea,
Didn't that
but
gal get robbed because she was like a hippie and not into firearms and shit?
yeah, she said that she wanted to like she got a paintball for defense. And I was like, well, yeah, she's gonna be a loot drop one day.
Yep. Some
But,
werewolf preppers watched it and knew where she was and robbed her ass blind.
Oh, she really did get robbed?
Yeah. Like they came, like because of the show, people knew like where she was, and they found out she had no way to defend it, and they stole everything from her, all of her preps.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
And that's why I also preach don't leave everything in one basket, mostly for natural disaster. Because like if your house gets taken by a tornado and that's all your shit, well, you have nothing. If you're in a house fire, you have nothing. You know, if you were in Hawaii and you didn't have a blue roof, you probably don't have anything in Hawaii anymore, right? Or Maui, you know, like just saying, alternate locations. You have to have shit in more than one spot.
That's
and
very,
I think if everybody has a bug out location that your mag is going to go to, I think everybody should have roughly 20% of their supplies there. You should have that agreed upon what that looks like.
Yeah.
So that way, if all you have is your clothes on your back and it takes you 3 or 4 or 5, 10 days to get there and your kid's hungry and you have nothing, you have whatever's there. You know what I mean?
So with your mags, do you have like predetermined like requirements for say like food or kit or anything like that?
The kit thing is something we're coming rapidly up to date on. We've pretty much just been FUD hillbillies, and then like some old school like grandpa's generation military tactics. Shit has changed, and so I'm one of the guys catching us up to speed. Like comms, I'm a comms virgin because comms have never been part of our shit.
Man, you know who's really good to talk to that about that stuff also is Metal.
Yeah.
I was talking about that with him the other day, and I realized how much I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, the next part is like we're all local, and half of us are related. So like we all already know location 1 through 10 that we're going to. Right?
Okay.
So that's the next problem: is how many locations do you have, and how much shit do you stash at each location?
Yeah, I guess even so, probably would have to determine like, is there like an order to like, all right, this is where we would go first. That doesn't work, and this is the fallback location.
Like we have a preferred, like
okay,
yeah. But then if that's not an option, this option, if it pops off over here, then over here, and it's all, relevant to where you could be at certain parts of the year. But like if I'm on vacation in Florida, there ain't no way I'm getting back to any of those bug out locations.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
I guess that's a nice thing about like the internet and whatnot is being able to like meet people from all over,
right?
And make friends. That.
Yeah, we can network. We can be like, oh, hey, you're like Bear and Pastor Joe Fox say, hey, you're on Bear side of the mountain, or you're on Pastor Joe Fox side of the mountain, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you know what camp you can go to for help. Same thing with preppers. Say like, hey, you're going down to Texas. You just said, a bunch of people down there, like ACR and a whole bunch of people, right? Like,
yeah,
we're everywhere.
Oh.
You're cruising through Nebraska and a fucking nuke pops off on the east or west coast. I got you. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yeah, the community. I like the way that the community is going now. It's kind of gotten like a little weird, like you said. Like everything did turn like kind of hardcore into like, look at this gun, go buy this gun. Look at this new plate carrier. You need this plate carrier. Go buy it.
new chest rig, new holster that sits in the same spot on your belt, new socks, new tactical speedo. Like, look at my tactical kill. I can fight with the breeze between my knees. Like,
I've always wanted to fight someone in a fucking kilt, though. It'd just be so badass.
oh yeah.
Can you imagine fighting someone in a kilt and they just like totally just like throw that thing up over their shoulder with their dick hanging out? Like,
Oh yeah, I do it in a heartbeat. The psychological damage alone, they'd be like, "Oh my god, what happened to that poor guy?" They'd be like, "I didn't know it could be so small. We need to help him."
you're like, there was no ass there at all.
Yeah, they'd be like, "But the crack just never ended." What
Just
do I
legs
do?
and pubes. Hey, I always say 3-inch Punisher still a Punisher.
Yep.
You don't need an expensive pig to find that mushroom.
You might need something even more expensive. It's you almost have to make a wish. You get what if he plays scared turtle awfully? You got to hold pepper shaker over him and catch him with the needle nose when he comes out to sneeze. You know.
Be
I was
like,
about to ask what the pepper had to do with it.
Achoo! Caught him. Can't be in his shell forever if he's got to sneeze, right?
I'd rather put salt on it.
Poor little feller.
be like that. Remember that movie, Master of Disguise?
Hell
Dude is
yeah.
like, turtle, turtle.
You know, turtle enough to be the turtle club.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lawfully got it. Hell yeah. Heck yeah, man. Well, I'm down to do a chat whenever. If you want to do Mike, I don't know if you're like into doing chats, but we like to cross all kinds here. Get you a different viewership, talk to different people, and get to chill out, man. So
Yeah.
you're welcome back anytime if you're fucking bored. You know, you're on the treadmill or some shit, you're pumping iron and you got an earbud in and you can BS in between reps. Like, we're here, bro.
Totally. I enjoyed this a lot.
Heck yeah.
Gets me out of my shell.
Just like my little and with that, guys, we're gonna call it good evening. Thanks, Bearded Warrior, for your time. Our usual co-host Pat Wright and Lawfully Armed. Make sure you sub to everybody. Don't be ignoring us, ACR. No, you're good.
Hey,
Make sure you like, share,
Johnny
sub to everybody. I'm pretty sure we're all on YouTube and the Instagram. Go find us. Peace.
All right, now,
Good
guys.
night, everybody.